As human beings, we are permitted to say something when we see something. When you see something, you don't say something. It doesn't make you a normal human being. Because why? If you are, escaping the fact that whatever is happening in every part of the world does not affect you, you are telling a lie. The world is a global village, and whatever happens in one part of the world affects the whole general world. Let's look at what is the war that is about to end in Iran, the war between I mean America, Israel versus Iran. Some people don't know the story very well, but the story behind it is that Iran is captured by terrorists, and it is the right of Donald Trump and Israel to bring correction to that country. So they did a good job. I didn't mean to use that word. It's a Muslim that was even attesting to this. If they don't do something to curtail the what those terrorists were doing, they will grow up tomorrow, and these terrorists will grow up and overcome the whole world. So it's a whole religious thing. Somebody just says it's not a religious war, but it's a war of protecting our world. So that's why when you see something, you say something. If you don't see something, you don't say something, then you're not part of humanity. You're not part of the world that we live in. So as a Nigerian, I want to bear my mind in what has been happening in my country. I'm in my 50s right now, and I'm not a small boy. I witness what has been going on in my country called Nigeria. I'm talking about Christian genocide. Is it happening? Yeah, it's happening. I will take you back memory lane. You know, this battle you have been seeing about Christian genocide has been, I mean, for the past 260 years. I know what I'm saying. 260 years, a man called Danfodio came into Nigeria and conquered a part of, killed some set of people and conquered a part of that area and settled there and claimed that that Nigeria belongs to them. But that's not the story. That should not be the story. And the British people, capitalized on that and made them heads, and from there they capitalized. And from there, these people began to dominate. They began to lay on that claim. So when one generation goes, another generation comes, they will lay claim that Nigeria belongs to us. But if you look at it, God is a God of variety. When God created Nigeria, He put an Igbo man, He put a Yoruba man, He put a Hausa man, He put all types of tribes. That's why we have Bazobia. The major three tribes that we have in Nigeria dominates this country, if you look at it very well. So one tribe, laying claim to a country that God has built not is not healthy, for us. So coming back to the crises that have been happening in our country called Nigeria. I was born in Jos, in a part of local government in Jos Plateau State. I was raised there, and I was privileged to meet my wife. I married her before I moved up north to Abuja City. I witnessed, I live in Jos. Jos, if you know Jos very well, Jos used to be a city, they call it a city of peace and tourism, a land of peace and tourism. Because why? The weather of Jos is synonymous with the weathers that we have in Europe and America. I was privileged to have done I was following, before the advent of Nollywood. I was privileged to work alongside some Nollywood actors that we have past and present. That have gone. I worked with them. Those even before Nollywood came, were doing films in the 1980s. We're doing film. I was privileged to have worked with 3 international movies. So the first one we did was Soweto production before Appetite was relieved. And I did another one again called Mr. Johnson Production, and I did another one with the son of the late Prime Minister. We call it The Land is Ours in Hausa. Because land in Nigeria is a tin of tussle. We don't joke with land in this part of the world. So, what brokered the peace in Jos Plateau State that is called a land of peace and tourism? 2001, I'll take you to 2001. I was in Jos, and I was in Jos, and meanwhile, there are crises that have been happening in every other part of Nigeria, but unlike Jos, crisis did not happen. But we didn't know that these people were systematical in their calculation of their, killing people and reducing lives. So until 2001, I can remember very well. I can see it vividly. That fateful afternoon after they closed from their mosques. I'm telling you, that was the first ever religious crisis that happened in Plateau State. I was there. I was part of it. I was in that crisis. You understand what I'm saying? It happened. And when it happened, everyone, their mouth was agape. Oh, it has never happened before. And you know what? That killing was terrible. That killing was terrible. Lives were lost. Properties were lost. And as I'm talking to you right now, till today, as I stand, just Plateau State has never been the same. So you are hearing this from the horse's mouth. You know, all that glitters is not gold. You understand what I'm saying? Plateau State had become porous, but we were not knowing that these people they started their religious war all from the north. Now their concentration is in the middle belt. So what do? I heard a lady yesterday on the social media. She was talking. The northern Christians are being killed. And you know what I mean? Well, I'm a pastor, but I don't want to bend my mind on it. Say, what are the southern pastors, the eastern Christians, the western Christians? What are they doing? What are the pastors doing? What is their, moral support? Some are supporting. You know, what are our pastors doing? They're not talking. Some are not talking. Well, I'm a pastor, so I'm making my voice count. If you're a pastor and you're not talking about what is happening in your nation, you are seeing something, you are not talking, then you are not meant to be alive. Because we can't just sit down and keep our mouth shut while our people are dying, while lives are being reduced to rubbles, lives are being treated like chickens, and people are dying every day and we're not talking. So we need to talk. And one of the few pastors that are coming out and saying these senseless killings must stop. It must stop. And I join my solidarity with the people, Christians that are up north, telling them we love you, we are with you, and we know that these killings will not continue forever. Lives need to be preserved for posterity's sake. With the lives of our children, what does the future of our children have if we lost them? Look at northern Christians. That lady was talking. If you look at it, the most people that are really cut out as, I don't know what word to use, that are concrete Christians are those Christians that are from the north. Because if you look at it, if you look at a northern Christian and a southern Christian, the real Christians we have, if you want to see a real Christian person, that Christian from the north, they are very solid and refined, soaked in the word. And I just finished preaching now. I talked about adversity, being courageous at the time of adversity. So the northern Christians are more courageous and stronger even than the southern Christians. I know what I'm saying. So if this is happening to our northern Christians right now, and you are a pastor, you have a church, you're not adding your voice to what is happening and saying this is wrong, this evil must not continue, you are not doing well. Because why? We must not allow our Christian brothers in the north to die in such a situation like this. We must, if you see something, you say something. You add your voice to say, this senseless killing must stop. This senseless killing must not continue. We must put a stop to it. So we are here to add our voice and add our face to say, Lord, the killing of Christians in Nigeria